I'm calling this video the perfect installation. This customer watched the video I did a few months ago about how to install BlueTex in a tubular steel metal building as a retrofit application, and he pretty much followed the directions exactly. So I'm going to go through and highlight all the things he did right, tell you a little bit more about the project, and drill in on some of the details and the results he had. This is a 50 by 40 tubular steel building in Orlando, Florida. It's got 15-foot sidewalls. It's primarily used to store a big motorhome. Now, at some point, he said he's interested in possibly adding an air conditioner just to run occasionally as needed to take the edge off if they wanted to have a party out there or something like that. So this is the perfect application for BlueTex insulation. And once again, you want to use it in either non-conditioned or semi-conditioned buildings, basically buildings that you're not heating and cooling, or you're just trying to take the edge off to make it warmer in the winter or cooler in the summer. Now, in Florida, condensation is not a huge problem, but if you take this same building and you put it up in a cold climate, moisture or condensation on the inside of the metal could definitely be an issue. So this is the exact same install process that'll work to both reflect heat and to control moisture and condensation. I encourage you to watch the full install video, and I'll put a link in the description below, and there'll also be a link at the end of this video. So let's talk about all the things he did to make this job go fast and easy and turn out as good as it did. The first thing he did is he either rented or borrowed some rolling scaffolding and also a lift. Scaffolding is great if you're going up to maybe 10 or 12 feet high. Once you get over that, a lift is really what you need in order to get to the roof part to install the BlueTex insulation. The second thing he did is what we call wood corners. Basically, if you watch the video, you'll see in the corners there's really nothing to screw into. He put some wood on either side of his corners. That way he has a hard corner. I always use the analogy, it's kind of like using drywall. You've got to have a hard corner in order to attach the BlueTex. He did the same thing on the gable ends. Essentially, the roof line where the bottom of his trusses were terminated into the gable end. He didn't have a straight plane to screw into. He put some 2x2s up there to basically make a hard corner. He also put what's called like a header piece of wood on the sidewalls. This is where the sidewall transitions to the roof. He put a 1x4 up there, and that gives a nice clean corner to screw into so you can make that transition between your sidewall and the roof. He also used the glue method to attach some wood on the sides of his overhead doors. If you watch the install video, you'll see that there's really no place to screw that wood into without penetrating the metal. So you can use some high temperature adhesive and just glue it on to the metal, and then you have something to terminate next to your overhead doors. He also pre-painted the screws and washers, and just FYI, we will have pre-painted screws and washers available soon. He started at the bottom and worked his way up the sides and into the center. Did that first and then did the gable ends last. He overlapped the pieces about 3 or 4 inches, and he put 3 screws per section. You can either do 2 or 3 screws, whatever you want. He installed working up the sides until he got to the top center section where his lights were, and then he cut around any supports or wires in order to accommodate those lights. He also used the 3-inch white tape that we provide to seal around those lights and also any splices or seams, and he also used it around his doors, his light fixtures, his electrical panel, and any place else he wanted to clean it up. So that pretty much sums up the installation. There are 2 other things I want to address. The first thing is I didn't see any Sharpie marks on the wall, but that's one thing we talk about in the video is you want to put marks where your top edge of your next piece is so you get that perfect overlap of 3 or 4 inches. I think they were marking them as they went, which is okay. The second thing is people ask, can I come back and add either OSB or plywood or drywall on the inside? And the answer is absolutely yes. You can attach that on the inside, on the white side. It's going to work great if you want to hang any shelves or anything like that. As long as that foil side faces the airspace, you're going to have the benefit of a radiant barrier. So what was the end result? The customer was super happy with both the quality, the install process, and the results. Instantly, the building was a lot more comfortable. The other thing he noted was how strong and durable the BlueTex products are. And I encourage you to get some free samples and compare it to any other products out there. It truly is the best metal building insulation on the market. For anything else, any other questions, give us a call or visit the website, BlueTexinsulation.com.